I just feel like talking again. Why do people think you owe them? Just because they are, I guess, call themselves sitting on the side of the street? Why do they think you owe them even if they want a nickel from you? Why do they think you owe them anything? Okay? The entitlement of it all. You don't know what people are going through just because they might not be standing on the side of the street. You don't know what's going on in folks' lives to think that they can just give you some change, you know? Okay, and in the area that I'm in too, some of the people that I see just sitting on the side of the road, I see 2 or 3 people together and I see them with their dogs. I saw somebody ask me for a quarter. I see this a lot in this area that I'm in. I see people look like they're homeless, but they take good care of their dogs. I mean, their dogs look like they eat well, and dogs are expensive to take care of. They don't look like stray dogs. They have these little jackets on these dogs, like these little clothes on these dogs. The dogs look well fed, and they even look washed. They look like they're well taken care of, like they have a good home. Yet the people seem like they don't have a lot. So something is going on with that, okay? Because if they're able to take care of a dog, animals like that, they have 2 dogs, they making some pretty decent money to be able to take care of an animal. Because dogs are not easy to take care of, and a lot of them, when I see them, they look well taken care of. They even look like they might have had all their shots. You know, I'm just saying. But it's this song by Kendrick Lamar. I can't remember, but he was talking about some homeless man said, "Can you spare change? Can you do this or whatever?" And he said, "No, it's mine. It's all mine." The first he was thinking about said, "No, it's all mine. I work for it." And I was like, I get that. I get that because you don't know what kind of day I had, and you think I'm supposed to stop and give you something. Now, I have given to people before, but most of the time it's like I choose to do it voluntarily. But and I can't give too often, okay, because I'm not in the much better position to be giving a lot of stuff away. So I can only give so often if I do decide to, okay. But yeah, why do people? You don't owe people anything. Just because you see them sitting on the side of the road, don't mean you owe them anything, okay. You don't owe them. Okay, and don't look at me like I'm doing something wrong because I didn't give you a piece of change when you don't know what I have in my pocket. You have no idea what I have in my pocket. A lot of times when I tell somebody I don't have something, a lot of times I really don't have much to give them. But they really feel like I'm supposed to spare something to them. You don't know what people are dealing with. You know, when you expect somebody to give something to you. You know. But I want to say this, though, other than that, because I don't really care about that a whole lot. I do get what it's like to be down on yourself and down, and I want to get to that, too. Because a lot of people who have it hard work their ass off. Let me tell you something. A lot of people who have it hard, it ain't because they lazy. They work their ass off. Some of them have 2 jobs, and it's hard to see a paycheck. It's hard to, you know what I mean? So everybody who's struggling is not because they're not trying. They're not necessarily entitled. Something is going wrong with they're not connected to money. This is what I want to say about that. Because this is the biggest thing I want to talk about. And that's not just about these people that's entitled. I don't really care that much about them. This is the biggest thing I want to talk about. Some people, it's harder for them to be connected to money. That lets me know right now. It ain't about what, well, I've been known that, but I can see it. I see it clearer because I've been known that. It ain't about fucking working. Getting money and having a connection to money is not about fucking working. It's not about working. Okay? It's about knowing how to get money, but it's not always about working. It's a lot of fucking people that work hard that will never get rich. Okay, so, and the people who are billionaires don't work that fucking hard. Okay, they know how to invest or whatever. It's a lot of other people that know how to invest that lose a lot of money though. Okay, there's a lot of people that make investments lose a lot of money. A lot of those people lost their investments when they invested in the stock exchange during that depression. What was it in the early 1900s? A lot of people that was invested in the stock exchange, they lost their money. I want to say that Biden said something about that, something about people losing money. And it's like he's like, oh, well, if you invested in the stock exchange, oh, well, that's how that goes. There's ups and downs. That's how it's a game, you know. So it's a lot. So, you know, people who are like Warren Buffett and the ones who are real billionaires, everybody who invests can't really be like them. So that lets you know it's something else that they know that other people do not know. That you have so many people that can invest, and they cannot seem to get to that level of fortune. I don't think it's wrong. Let me tell you this. I don't want to rob people who are trying to do the same thing I am to survive. But I'm going to tell you something. I am not against. It was a guy that was talking about how somebody was breaking into this jewelry store, right? And I said, well, you know, you talking about calling them thieves, and, you know, just to myself, I said, well, you know what? To be honest with you, the biggest thieves are not them. The biggest thieves are the one that runs the world. Those are some of the biggest thieves. The biggest thieves are it's probably the IRS. Those are the biggest thieves. You know, the government or whoever. You know, those are sometimes the biggest thieves. Okay, a lot of these billionaires are sitting on other folks' money that work hard. So, I would only say they robbing people who are struggling, you know, the same way they are, if they're even struggling. Some people just like to steal shit. But they're robbing people who are trying to make it themselves. So it's like, you know, but at the same time, you know, I don't really judge them as being a thief, because the biggest thieves are the ones that run the world. Those are the biggest fucking thieves right there. Okay, and so I'm at the point where, let me tell you something. I'm at the point of getting smart about how I get stuff, because it's really, and this has been said not by me, it's illegal to be paying taxes. That's illegal, but we still have to do it, right? Because it was one lady who it was a brown lady. I don't know the whole story, but wanted to try to get people out of paying their taxes. She knew a loophole. She knew how to get around it. And somehow, because she was helping people and not having to pay money and stuff, and helping them to get out of it, because she knew it was illegal for people to be paying taxes, somehow these people, she was found guilty of whatever she was found guilty of. They found a way to put her ass in prison. I don't know how much prison time she did, and I don't know if she's out. But they found a way to put her behind in prison. These greedy motherfuckers. Okay? They want you to struggle. I have no judgment for, it's not even stealing. If I decide to rob a fucking bank, I ain't fucking stealing. See, you can't do stuff physically like that, though. You got to be careful, because you will go to prison, okay? And I don't like to take nothing from people who don't know better and they struggling. I don't want to take nothing from them either. Okay? But working is not necessarily how you get money. You're using more energy than you're getting back. And then they taking taxes from you. So I'm putting out more energy than I actually get back, because I'm in the highest tax bracket for not having kids. And I'm old enough to have grown kids by now. If I would have had kids younger, like in my 20s. Okay? And then the house. You know, let me tell you, I was making a certain amount when I first started as an OT in 2005. Okay? And when I started really working, I was working at the VA as an OT in 2005. And my annual salary said one thing, but after taxes were taken out, it's like almost half of my annual salary was gone to taxes. That's impossible to survive. So working is not getting you money. The amount of energy that I put out to get money, half of it is taken in taxes or somewhere else. And then you don't even get what you put out anyway. Even if they don't take out money in taxes, you still don't get the amount of energy back that you put out there. So I'm past the point at this time of thinking things, of doing things the right way. I'm beyond the point of thinking things are doing. I'm going to tell you another reason why. This is just something I know. If you are unaware of the esoteric world and how stuff work in the esoteric world, and somebody decide to attack you, it's a lot of people that got things going on in their lives and they don't know why stuff don't work out, and they just think it's just life. No, it's not. It's not just life. It's not just life. Okay? Everything is done by design. Everything is on purpose. And nothing just happens. It's all scripted. It's all written. And sometimes people can do work against you to mess up your life. This happens with a lot of people that don't understand what's wrong and why things can't seem to get figured out in their life. Because somebody is taking from you, and as long as they keep taking from you, your life will never get together, no matter how hard you try to work. This shit ain't about fucking working hard. I'm against working hard any longer. I'm against anything that's supposed to be right. I'm against right. I don't want to make this sound like I'm trying to incite people to do some shit that can get them in some fucking trouble. Let me make that clear. I'm not trying to incite people to do something that would get their ass in trouble. But I'm against fucking doing right. Because I grew up with a family that was able to do a lot of fucking shit to me. Because they were part of a cult. And, you know. And I'm not going to criticize what they were part of. I'm against what the fuck they did. To move up rank, okay? To move up rank. So you get to kill somebody and you move up, you get a good position, or you get a good decent amount of money if you kill somebody who they feel like they need to be killed. They didn't have to work 40 hours. You just kill a motherfucker and you get your money. A lot of people, kids come up missing. A lot of these little babies, these girls kept coming up missing. These babies, these boys keep getting killed, keep coming up missing. Trayvon Martin is a big one too, but a lot of them little baby girls that come up missing, like 4 years ago, they kept coming up missing back to back to back. Those parents sold their ass off. They didn't have to work 40 hours a week. They sold their kids off, sold their organs or whatever they did, and they got fucking paid. Okay? This world ain't about fucking working. It's not about working. You know what? I'm against. Working is not doing the right thing. You're not doing the right thing by working. I am against the work at this point. I'm against it. I'm against it. I got a little frustrated with somebody who asked me for something, because it's like, you don't know what kind of fucking shit I'm dealing with. I don't owe you any fucking thing because you think I look like I have something. I don't owe you shit. It's like I left out somewhere a little frustrated today and you asked me for something and you keep asking like I'm supposed to reach in my pocket and give you something. F you. I'm like that song by Kendrick Lamar. F you. It's all mine. Yes, it's all mine. Whatever little bit I have is all mine, because shit is fucking taken from me all the time. So whatever little bit I have, I gotta hold on to it, because ain't nobody else giving me a goddamn thing. Okay? And then other people around me, like family, they fucking got shit going on too. Okay? And he said, well, God bless you, whatever. Whatever. You know? But anyway, yeah. I was thinking about this. I am completely against working. Working is not the right way to... That's the way this system has put it together. But they're taking, like, you're losing everything. You're losing years off you. You're losing everything. Working is not righteous. I'm not even talking about owning your own business. I mean, some people are like, that's why I own my own business. That's good too. But I'm fucking saying that there should never be taxes. There should never be taxes. So even when you own your own business, you're still being robbed. But when you're working, you even get more robbed when you're working. Okay, but when you own your own business, you still have to file your taxes. And if you don't have a certain amount of deductions, you get a lot of tax out of you. Okay, and if you don't show, if you keep hiding it and then you get found out, you can be put in prison. So, I mean, it still works where they're getting your money. You know, it still goes where they find any kind of way to get your money. So anyway, no, I'm against working this. I'm against it. Of course, you're gonna have to do what you can do until you figure out it. But this right here is not gonna work any longer. Not for me. Some people need to keep doing what they're doing, but this ain't gonna work for me. It's time to change up and do another way. And I'm not talking about doing some crazy stuff they put on a ski mask and rob a bank either. I ain't talking about no shit like that. Okay? But it's time to get a little smarter. I realize that this shit is set up so that you have to pay for everything. You're supposed to see yourself as one, and people keep trying to get convinced that that nothing is separate, that they're all one. But at the same time, you have to struggle and pay for everything, and sometimes you can't pay for anything. No, you can't consider everything one when some things are too hard to get. And some things people don't have access to, but you're supposed to be all one. That's not fucking true. You set up where things are separate, regardless if that's a lie. Regardless of if that's a lie, is the way it's set up, everything is separate. So now I'm completely against this. This whole thing, I'm against it. I'm against work. Now that doesn't mean I'm not gonna do what I have to do until I really figure shit out. But this ain't gonna fucking work. This ain't gonna work, and that's the fucking truth. Work is bad. Work is bad because the richest people in the world don't have to work as hard as a lot of folks who can still barely pay their bills, working 2 and 3 jobs, using a whole lot of energy, and can barely pay their fucking bills. You got billionaires that haven't even seen a doggone punch clock. Okay? No. Okay? Some people are chosen. Everybody can't have that kind of money. Okay? You never know what kind of stuff people are able to get themselves into to get to that level. And in this type of system, you ain't gonna get that kind of money like that and then go unnoticed and then nobody say something. Okay? But anyway, yeah, that's all I want to talk about. I'm against work. And I'm against it not only because you shouldn't be paying taxes no way, and people keep stealing from you while you working hard, but they the ones, the biggest thieves, are taking from you while you keep working hard thinking you righteous. How are you righteous working hard when you're being used? You're a slave. That's it. It's slavery. Work is slavery. Paying a water bill is slavery. Why are you paying for water? Why are you paying for the electric bill? Energy should be free, but you're paying for it. See, this is slavery. They want to hog everything so they can keep taking money. That's how they want things to run. Anyway, yeah. And also, like I said too, you got people, like such as in my family, that do things to take your fucking energy, and then you can never get your life right because they keep fighting against you. Every time you try to get stuff together, it never goes right. Okay? It's just time. It's time to pay the cost. It's debts that need to be paid right now. There are debts that need to be paid. And for me personally, I'm completely against work. I'm going to still do what I got to do until shit get together. But I'm against it. I'm against it. Okay? Anyway, that's it. And I'll talk later.